Hello, and welcome to B2B Topics and Tips, bringing you the latest buzz about small business topics, tips, and expert interviews. Watch live or watch later. Drop any questions or thoughts into the comments, and if you're watching later, feel free to use hashtag replay. Hi, I'm Melissa St. Clair, Communications and Standard Operating Procedures Specialist at Paper Chaser Biz LLC, a certified military spouse-owned enterprise. And I am so excited today to welcome a guest expert, Sylvia Runyon, owner and photographer at RP Studios. Hey, Sylvia.
Hi, how are you?
So Sylvia is my primary photographer for professional headshots. And we've also done at least, I think, one fun branding shoot. So we go back a few years, and I'm just so grateful for her work and ideas and creativity. So I am so pleased to introduce Sylvia Runyon.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And so for folks that do not know you, I will read your official byline and then we'll get started on the topic. So Sylvia is a professional portrait and personal branding photographer in Jacksonville, North Carolina, providing services to high school seniors and business professionals. So today's topic is hiring a professional photographer worth it? Well, you already know my opinion, but let us get started in the discussion. So, Sylvia, any opening remarks before we dive into the questions?
No, it's just, as a professional photographer for well over 20 years now, I'm also a veteran Marine Corps combat photographer. It's just so important to have imagery that really stands out from the crowd because it's, especially on social media, it can get kind of noisy. And in order for us to stand out, the best possible way is to have really creative and clean and crisp imagery so you can share your story and share who you are out there in the world.
I love that. I have talked before about the importance of storytelling, and photos, yes, are an integral part of that. So, what are the benefits to hiring a professional photographer?
I think the biggest one, especially when if you're looking at it on the business aspect, it's that one piece of the pie that you can offload to a professional photographer so they can go and do all of the imagery that you need for your marketing, for your, we'll say, for your online presence, for your newsletters, for whatever it is that you need, instead of, you probably dragging out probably your iPhone or, putting it on a stand or finding the nice lighting and all this other stuff where an expert can come and do it for you. It's just such it's a awesome way for you to still keep moving in your business instead of trying to find, trying to get into a hiccup that in an area that you may not be experienced in, or, may not have the time to do it. So
I love that. I love that. So playing around, I had a tripod, which was about, I don't know, I think it extended up to about 3 feet tall. And I'm just talking away on my video, and a gust of wind comes by and blew the phone, because it's top heavy on the spindly little tripod, blew it over, cracked the phone.
Right.
So then you have to get a new phone cover. So, yes, so ease your stress and, seek out the professional with all the right equipment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And so what should prospective business owners look out for when they're searching for a professional photographer?
I would share, to find a photographer whose style really kind of emanates with what they are wanting to share, whether it's, if it's the same light and airy, maybe it's nice and moody, maybe it's classic, things like that. That's definitely one important aspect to look at. If you're looking at their imagery and see if it works for you. The other part is too, to see if they are experienced in branding and in headshots and things of that nature. Because, there's so many different, what do you want to say? So many different areas in photography.
Mhm.
Some people may be just strictly family portraits or babies or, even pets, sometimes, those are great and they may have beautiful images, but they may not be experienced we'll say like in branding or in headshot photography. So that's really important to know, to look at their imagery, to look at their portfolio. The other thing is really to basically like reach out to the photographers and ask all your questions. It's so important to really connect with the person that you're hiring, because if they're not, some may not be professional, or some may not, again, may not have that experience that you're looking for, and they're trying to find something for their personal portfolio to say they've done these things. You have to really just kind of seek that out, and make sure that they're the right person for you.
Yeah, that's such good advice, because while it's just impossible for one person to specialize in everything across the board in business. So, finding that zone of genius and really meshing and vibing with that photographer is super important.
Yeah.
So, good. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay, so then how can you tell if they are truly professional?
You have to look again, kind of just take a minute and get to know this person, get to know the photographer, see how long they've been in the business, see maybe if they've gone to school. I know a lot of people are self-taught, so it just depends on your comfort level, because there's some amazing photographers who are self-taught. But just kind of see, again, their portfolio will kind of tell their story as well, to see how proficient they are in what they do. But my biggest thing, and the one thing that I do often, if not all the time, I make sure I have consultations. Consultations is very big, just because one, we can be one-on-one, or we can do a Zoom call, just kind of like what we're doing now. But you get to see the person, and you get to really talk to the person. It's not so much behind the keyboard type of thing, because I'm pretty sure you've probably seen it. Some wordings can get misconstrued, or things can kind of go out of whack if you're not typing the right thing, or you know what I mean. Yeah, I just think it's really important to have that one-on-one conversation, because I think that's where all the truth lays out. You get to hear, the photographer can hear your vision of what you're going for in regards to your sessions. What stories do you want to tell if you're doing a branding session? What kind of headshots are you looking for? Because it may be for an actor, or it may be for a corporate business professional. So that really is the best time to see if you guys can collaborate and can really work together and make that product come to reality for the client. I'm not speaking from my perspective, but and for those that are seeking, that's something that those are questions that you need to ask as well. So
Great advice. So, in addition to Sylvia's photography, she also has a creative space. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always wanted a studio space, and not so much just for me, for clients to come and for me to use it, for my business. I have people have the opportunity to come and use it. It can be other business professionals. They, if they wanted to do their own reels or things like that, they have space here. They can, rent it for the hour, and they can come in and work on do their content. There's lighting here that they can use, several different backdrops. I don't know if you can see on each side, but there's different ways that they can come and use the space as their own, to make their own content. So yeah.
I think that's so great. And get on Sylvia's newsletter list because she is always coming up with something creative to involve either the community and or the business community. So that B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to, I'm going to say community, as well as customer. So Sylvia, thank you for all that you do. How
Oh,
can
thank
viewers
you.
connect with you?
So I'm on several platforms. I'm on Instagram under RP Studios _ NC, North Carolina. Facebook, it's under Runyon Photography. Facebook, for some reason, won't let me change the name, but it's under Runyon Photography. And I'm also on LinkedIn as RP Studios or on my website at www.rpstudiosllc.com.
Awesome, awesome. So, do you have an offer or a freebie for our viewers?
I would love to chit chat with anyone, who is looking for a photographer. It may not be here, it may be out in, different other parts of the country or the world. If you're interested, I have a complimentary one-on-one consultations, so if there's a vision that you're wanting to go out there or if you need more information or questions about how to hire a photographer, I'd be more than happy to help.
That's so awesome. And she's worth the trip, everybody. She is definitely worth the trip.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, Sylvia, thank you so,
You
so
make it
much.
easy.
Oh,
You're
you ask
super
good
fun to work
questions,
with, so
right?
I love it.
Well, it has been awesome having you on today on B2B topics and tips. I am so, so grateful. And out there, thank you if you're watching live or if you're watching later. But stay tuned and take care.